So in Black Myth Wukong, we have been going through a lot of secrets. And in this video, we're going to be covering the horse NPC questline, or the horse Guai NPC questline. Now, the problem with this one is if you miss even one step, you can lock yourself out of completing the quest. But basically what it comes down to is you have to speak to this guy in every single chapter up until chapter 5. That'll be the last time you need to speak to him. And unfortunately, I have locked myself out of the quest, but I managed to find a guide, credit to PowerPix for it. So what we're going to do in this video is go through exactly how you can complete the quest and get your hands on the transformation spell so that you can become the horse Guai. So jumping into it, if we go to this shrine, the first time you speak to this horse Guai is when you get to Blackwind Mountain, Bamboo Grove, the back hills. So if we come out of here, what we need to do is come down this hill. And basically we are going to turn around to the left-hand side when we get down here. If I just quickly cloud step, we come up here. And inside this cave, over to the right-hand side, the horse Guai will, originally sit here. And what you want to do every single chapter is you want to just exhaust all of the dialogue with this horse Guai. So that is chapter 1. Now let's get back to the shrine and jump into chapter 2. So what we're going to do is head to chapter 2, which is Yellow Wind Ridge. We're going to go to Sandgate Village and the village entrance. And what I mean when I say exhaust all of the dialogue is basically talk to him until he either starts repeating himself or until you can't talk to him anymore. So in chapter 2, Sandgate Village, the village entrance, what we're going to do is we are going to come over this bridge. We're going to go around to the right hand side. I'm going to show you guys the route if you haven't made any, much progress in this chapter. So we are going to just follow this path. I'm going to cloud step and just keep running around. Basically, we're going to head up the hill over here. And when we get to the top of this hill, if we just keep running, try and avoid all of the combat if we can, we're going to follow it around to the left-hand side. Then what we're going to do is head through this arch. And when we get through here, the horse Guai is going to be standing here. And this is where you are going to need to exhaust all of the dialogue in chapter 2. He'll be leaning right against this pillar. And if you have made progress in chapter 2, then this gate should be open. Like if you've defeated the boss in this area, you can open up this gate, which will make it a lot easier to get to the horse Guai and exhaust all of that dialogue. So back to the shrine we go. Let's jump into chapter 3. So heading to chapter 3, we are going to the New West, and this is right at the end of the chapter. We are going to the temple entrance at New Thunderclap Temple. So when we arrive at the temple entrance, what we are going to do is head through this building, go straight through to the other side. And what you want to do is make sure before you finish off the chapter, talk to this guy. Because if you miss one chapter, you fully lock yourself out of the quest. There's no way to go back and do it again unless you're starting New Game Plus or even a fresh game. So when we get out the back of the building, we're going to head up the left side of the stairs. And it's in a similar area, if you guys have done it, to the Snow Fox quest. The boss where you have to, the boss you have to fight when you're doing that quest. But basically, we're going to follow this route, and in between these two pillars, we're going to turn to the left. We're heading up to that, section of the building up there. So come down to these stairs, and then when we get to the bottom, go into this building, and there's going to be stairs on the right-hand side at the back. So if we just go in, and let's just cloud step, run up these stairs, and we're going to follow the stairs, then come outside, turn around to the left. Then when you get here, if we have a look over here, leaning against this pillar is going to be the horse Guai, and that is chapter 3. So back to the shrine we go, and let's jump into chapter 4. So now we are off to chapter 4. We are going to the Webbed Hollow again, and we are going to the Bone Vault. And from the Bone Vault, what we are going to do is head over in this direction. And this is going to be quite a long journey compared to the others from a shrine. But basically what we are going to do is drop down into this pit. Then we're going to come around to the left-hand side of it. And we are going to make our way up here. And then you basically just want to follow this around to the left. So if we stick to the left-hand side, these enemies are going to build themselves up, but that's fine. We can ignore them. And then as we drop down here, just keep following this all the way around to the left. And I'm going to cloud step, and then right in front of us, providing you haven't missed any of the chapters, there is going to be a big sort of sack here. And when you hit it, Horse Guai is going to come out of it, and then you can go through all of the dialogue, exhaust it all, and then you can move on to chapter 5. And before we jump into chapter 5, if you haven't got the Bone Vault Shrine, then from the Cliff of Oblivion, basically what you want to do is go back on yourself from where you would have came. Basically follow that path down to the right hand side, and then you'll get to the same section. But now we go to the shrine and we are going to head to chapter 5. So in chapter 5 we need to go to Flaming Mountains, Furnace Valley, and to the Valley entrance. So from the Valley entrance to Furnace Valley in the Flaming Mountains chapter 5, what we're going to do is run along here, and I recommend putting on some burn resistance stuff because there is a chance you might need it. There's a lot of fire stuff around this area. But what we're going to do is follow this cliff edge all the way along. And when we get further in, just be careful of all these enemies. We're basically heading to a cart that's down there. So if we just carry on, try and avoid all the combat and stuff. What you can do is either run all the way around and drop down, basically come around here, or you can just drop straight in like I have. And around to the right hand side over here, there's going to be a lot of enemies in the area, but basically there is a cart over here. Let me just quickly deal with the enemies. So now I've dealt with the enemies, what you want to do is come over to the cart, you'll be able to interact with it, and you want to again exhaust all of the dialogue. But once you have done that, you carry on with the game, and after you have completed chapter 5, so when you're in chapter 6, you want to return to this exact cart, deal with the enemies again, pull the string again, and after you have done that, that's going to be the quest complete. You are going to get an achievement, trophy, whatever you want to call it, and you're also going to get the Dark Thunder spell. And what that Dark Thunder spell is going to do is let you transform into the Horse Guai. So that was exactly how to complete the Horse NPC or the Horse Guai NPC questline in Black Myth Wukong. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.